Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. If my voice sounds strange to you, it's because I'm still kind of recovering from a 2-week-long illness that my whole family has been through, so I apologize in advance, but I'm finally at a stage where I can actually talk, and that's why I want to film these videos. So, this particular video I'm going to film, I filmed similar videos in the past, like 2 years ago, and I've just never really been organized enough to film them, and I'm not quite sure if this year is any exception, but somehow I got organized this month, so I decided to film one. And it's kind of an overview video of all the stickers that I've released in my shop Happy Cloud Inc. in the month of January. So I'm trying my best to try and release like a new sticker set or something new every week, even if it's like just one sticker sheet or some changes or whatever. I just trying my best to be more active, and I thought it'd be really nice to have a video at the end of the month that kind of summarizes all the things I've done, in case you are curious. But this does require me to be somewhat organized to make sure I have the sticker sheets, and I can't promise that I will be this organized. So this may be the only video you see, or maybe if I'm really organized, you'll see one every month. So anyways, a little bit of cheating because the first set of stickers I released actually was at the end of December, but I wanted to include them because I really like them and I've been using them myself. I've been releasing a lot of stickers this year so far, based on things that I need. So in all my planning, if I think, oh, I really need something for this, I just make the sticker and I put it in the shop. That's kind of the philosophy I'm going with now. Previously, I would just try to make stickers that I thought people would like, and like, I guess it worked because people like them, but I wasn't really enjoying them, so I now just kind of go with what I like. Let's zoom in just a little bit. So I'm getting really into icon stickers, and that's because I'm spending a lot more time in my Hobonichi week planners. Yes. I think the video coming out after this one is going to be an overview of the planners I'm using in 2023. So you'll see that Hobonichi weeks features quite heavily, and so because the space is so small, I've started getting really into like tiny little icons. So at the end of December, I released a bunch of grocery related stickers, sheets, icons. This is like the mix sheet, so this kind of gives you an overview of all the icons that I've released. Trolley, grocery bag, ordering online delivery, going to the store, and then repeat. So you can get, for most of the icons that are very topic specific, so I have groceries, and you'll see later I have travel, there's usually like one sheet that's kind of mixed. I just figured that some people may want it mixed, so that's why I did it. I know I personally like mixed stickers, so that's why I made that. But you can still get them in their whole individual sheets. So you got your stores, and by the way, I don't have all my sticker sheets printed out, but I've done the best I can. So you can get these in matte, like this sticker paper, or matte transparent. I'm slowly thinking of phasing out glossy stickers, just because having like 4 different options sticker paper for each design is kind of a bit of an large overhead for me, and I personally prefer matte. So yeah, I mean, everything you see is just based on what would I prefer. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but that just makes it easier for me. So groceries were the first ones released, and then the week after I released mood trackers. So I not even considered releasing these until one of my customers asked me if I could make something like this, and when she explained the concept to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I actually would want to do this. I just never even thought of it. I used to do something similar to this in my bullet journal, but I kind of stopped because I've not been bullet journaling for a while. But when she mentioned these little stickers, I thought this is perfect. I can totally do this. So you'll see again in next week's video how I intend to use these stickers, but I decided to release 2 different ones for now. This is kind of like a pastel rainbow set, and this is the outline set. I think if these do well or people really like them, I might do a second version because there's so many different emotions that aren't even captured here. I mean, for one, I've been sick for like the last 2 weeks, and I've really mostly just been using this dead looking sticker, but I feel like I've felt so many other things like headaches, sore throats, all that sort of stuff. So I feel like I want to release another set to cover more, like a larger range. But these 2 are here for now, and yeah, if they do well, I might release like a black and white version of this, maybe different colors, maybe the outlines in different colors. I think I'm just going to base it off how people respond. But yeah, I've mostly used this one in my Hobonichi weeks, and I'm really loving it. The next set of stickers I released were some script stickers. So you've got them, I've got like 2 different types of font font families in 2 different sizes. So you can see this is like one particular font, but it's larger and smaller, and then this is the other font, larger and smaller. And I release them for months and days of the week. So I found this, especially these small ones, really useful for my Hobonichi weeks, but these ones I actually find much more useful for my bullet journal. As I said, I don't really bullet journal a ton. I still do have one active bullet journal, but I find these really useful when maybe I feel like doing a weekly spread. I don't know. Some days I feel like getting back into my bullet journal, but not quite sure yet. So anyways, that was 1 week release after the mood tracker. Then the week after that, oh man, the week after that, this was intense. So I released a bunch of travel icons. As you can see, there were a bunch of icons that I released for this one. I was thinking it would just be like simple, like a plane, a bus, a train. But the more time I spent thinking about travel, and especially the reason I wanted to do travel stickers is because I finally started traveling again this year. We actually have a trip coming up next weekend, so yeah, the weekend after this video goes out. Nothing major, just like a staycation in the city. But after that, we'll be doing a road trip. After that, we might be taking a plane somewhere, and end of the year, we're definitely going to Japan. So a lot more traveling. So I wanted to have little icons that I could start mapping out my trips throughout the year in my Hobonichi, and so travel seemed to make sense. So this mix set doesn't contain all the travel icons just because the range here is so extensive. I couldn't fit everything on here. So I just fit what I would typically want to use, or what I thought people would like to use. Mostly what I thought I'd want to use, but like tent is not really something I use because I don't go camping. But this is the mix sheet, and there's like a huge range. You've got this sort of roller luggage, train, campfire, plane tickets, tent, suitcase, the bullet train, although I like to call this Shinkansen because I will be using this a lot when I go to Japan. Room service, again, this is something I use a lot, but I don't know if people do it a lot because it is a little bit like a self-indulgent slash kind of lazy thing to do, so I didn't put it in here, but it's there if you guys are interested. Maps, this is a location, passport, hotel, bus, booking, when you make bookings, and then Airbnb. I don't know, I use a lot of Airbnb, so I had a sheet for this as well. So you can see it was a lot more than I expected. When I try to do a release in a week, I'm thinking like maybe 3 icons or something simple that I can actually do, because making these sheets, not even just like pulling together the icons and building the sheet and printing and cutting, this took me like literally days, like almost a solid week. And with a baby, especially being sick, it was definitely a challenge. So I think I'm going to try and make sure that my future releases are a little smaller. But I didn't really want to release the travel set kind of half-half because I feel like people may want to see everything available and then do one order rather than having to do multiple orders and then having to pay additional shipping. So that was the main reason I decided to try and get them all out in one go. That doesn't mean I won't add to it in the future, just like the groceries. If more ideas come to me, I might add more to it in the future. And then the last release is a really simple one because that one took so long, I was exhausted. So I decided to go for something super simple and for the last release of January. So this one, I don't know if anyone can relate to this. It's a new weather sheet that I created. I was inspired by some artwork that I saw online. And this is very Melbourne-esque, so if you live in Melbourne, you totally understand. But this is essentially 4 seasons in a day. Because in Melbourne, I don't know if other places have it. I'm sure they do. I'm just not very aware of it. But in Melbourne, there's this kind of running joke that you have 4 seasons in a day. The day can start out super sunny, and then it gets like rainy, and then windy and cloudy, and sunny, and it's all over the place. And for days like that, I'm not quite sure what weather icon to use because I do have a full range of weather icons in the shop already. And so I usually just go by like what I felt the day was like, even though sometimes it's truly split. So I decided to make something like this, which would be perfect for those days. These icons are a little bit bigger than the traditional weather stickers that I currently have. These are like 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Whereas the other weather icons I use are more like 7 to 8 millimeters. So it's about 2 millimeters larger, and that's just because there's so much going on here that I felt that if I condense it any further, it actually would be kind of hard to see what is in the icon. So I'm gonna bring it up so you can get a better look. Yeah, you can see there's like little raindrops in there and a little bit of detail on the leaf. So I felt if I made this any smaller, it might not be as visible. So that's the reason, but hopefully it's not too big. It like still fits all my planners. Like I usually like to use these in my weekly view of my Hobonichi weeks, or not Hobonichi weeks, on my Hobonichi cousin. Although I've been doing more hand-drawn weather there now, but I like to do this in my vertical planner as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure it still fit in that structure. But yeah, that is everything I released for January. You can see lots and lots of icons. I'm really excited for February. I'm hoping I can try and get a head start on February, get most of it done so I can film the video a little bit more in advance, or at least give myself a bit of a breather. So we'll see. But yes, all these stickers are currently available in my shop Happy Clouding, which is the Etsy store that I run. I will link it down below. Technically, I also do have a Shopify shop, but none of these are on there because I am lazy and I have not updated my Shopify shop. That is definitely one of my goals for this year, to try and be a little bit more diligent and making sure that both platforms are like similar, like they sync up really well. And I want to get the pricing correct on the Shopify shop as well, just because the fees are lower on that shop. So I think I can actually pass on that saving to customers as well. But anyways, that's like future Celina's problem. She's just trying to get through the day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And fingers crossed I managed to do one for February as well. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.